what is psychrometry process? Let us define it. As it is visible in the screen, can be defined as for conditioning of air according to the needs. So as I'm telling, the air we require, the human body feels some comfort when the air is at 27 degrees Celsius. It need to undergo some conditioning process. So the air, it need to undergo some conditioning process in the what you call in the air conditioning system or in the refrigerator, whatever it may be. I want the air or a water at 27 or 26 degrees Celsius. It need to go under some process. So that conditioning we call it as psychrometry process. So for conditioning of the air according to the needs, certain processes are need to be carried out on atmospheric air, and these processes are all called psychrometry process. So after getting the definition of psychrometry process, let us go to the psychrometry chart. Calculation, as I told it before, calculation using the equations, putting and substituting the values, getting it, calculating the data. So it takes time and it kills the time. Due to this, we go for a chart. That chart provides you all the data. With a short amount of time, you can extract the values required. So that is what we call psychrometry chart. How this psychrometry chart looks like? Yes, let me go for next. Yes, in the notes itself, you can see psychrometry chart looks like this. I think everyone has opened the psychrometry chart same as it is present in the notes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes,
Yes, sir.
yes. Now this psychrometry chart looks like a shoe. You can observe the complete outline of the psychrometry chart looks like a shoe. So this chart is also called as shoe chart. We not only call this as psychrometry chart, we call it as a shoe chart. Why we call it as a shoe chart? Because the complete outline shape of the psychrometry chart is like a shoe. So that's why we call it as in a shoe chart. Now the outline of the psychrometry chart, what it contains, so that whatever it may contain, that can be explained by the small video which will be able to see you people by now. So before that, I will show this up in a color up chart, so where you can easily identify different lines, different curves present over there. Now this color up chart, what you can see over here, that showcases the psychrometry chart exactly what it look like, where you can observe the outline, where outline we call it as x-axis. This x-axis is a dry bulb temperature. Andre, in the down you can see the temperature 0, 5, 10 degrees Celsius, 15 degrees Celsius, up to 50 degrees Celsius. What we have, this temperature is dry bulb temperature. Now in the y-axis, you can see in the y-axis what it is visible. There is a specific humidity. Specific humidity is visible. So the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, all these values are all in terms of grams, not in kg. So in terms of grams moisture per kilogram dry air. So don't worry about it. So this are all the y-axis values, and these values are all specific humidity omega. Now already we have discussed what is dry bulb temperature, what is specific humidity. Yes, x-axis is dBT, y-axis is specific humidity. Keeping this into mind, we go for a curve which is at the outer line. You can observe 5 degrees Celsius, 10 degrees Celsius, exactly 15 degrees, 17, 20 degree, 25 degree, whatever the degrees present on one red color line. Red color line. This line is called saturation curve. We call it as saturation curve. The same saturation curve we will get it in a Molar diagram too. In Molar diagram, as we get a saturation curve, in the psychrometry chart also we get a saturation curve. This outer red line we call it as a saturation curve. Now outer red line is a curve which is parallel to that. We have a blue lines. You can observe there are many blue lines which shows 80%, 60%, 40%, 30%, 20%, 10%. All these blue lines, curves, blue curves, what we have, and it is visible in terms of percentage. All these curves are called as relative humidity curves. Phi, we call it as a phi, relative humidity curves, where we have a 100%. So we have from 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 80. Where is the 100% curve? Yes, saturation curve, red color line, what we can see itself is a 100% relative humidity curve. So always for 100%, we take saturation curve itself. So this is about main three curves which is present in the psychrometry chart for us as of now. As of now, there are many number of curves, there are many number of lines present in it. But for understanding purpose, let us understand only this much. We have dry bulb temperature in the x-axis, a specific humidity in the y-axis, and the curves, blue color lines, what we can see, it is called relative humidity curves in terms in percentage. So after understanding these curves, let us understand one by one, what this explains by watching some small video. Let me share you one video. Yeah, you can see the video which says a psychrometry chart is a graphical representation of physical and thermodynamic properties of air. So as we all know, the psychrometry chart, psychrometry properties being studied because to design and analyze the machineries present in the industrial applications. Now the thermodynamic properties and physical properties of air being represented in psychrometry chart. So what are the psychrometry parameters or parameters present in this chart? We have many parameters. Check it out. We have dry bulb temperature, we have wet bulb temperature, we have relative humidity. This I have shown in the psychrometry chart now. Relative humidity I have shown in terms of percentage. The blue curves, dry bulb temperature x-axis we have shown in the curve psychrometry chart. Next we have a specific humidity, relative humidity, absolute humidity or humidity ratio. So this absolute humidity or humidity ratio is called as specific humidity. Specific humidity can be called by two other names, absolute humidity and humidity ratio. Next, also we can identify dew point temperature in that psychrometry chart. We can identify specific volume in that psychrometry chart. We can identify enthalpy in that psychrometry chart. Yes, where all these properties present in that psychrometry chart. Let us start with a video. Yes, now this is exactly the psychrometry chart which is visible for you people. Now in the book you can see it starts from -10 dry bulb temperature. Observe, take out the psychrometry chart. So in that psychrometry chart, observe the chart dry bulb temperature starts from some book -5 and some book -10. So -10, -5, 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, like that it goes up to 45. In some book it goes up to 55. Next, in the wet bulb specific humidity, we call it as humidity ratio. It goes from 0.000, 0.002, 0.0010, 0.15. So like this way it is carried out up to 0.030. So this is about your specific humidity values. Now after that you can see the relative humidity, which you can see 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50, and finally the saturation curve, it is 100%. Now this chart, outline chart been shown over here, been explained one by one. You can note down one by one. Please note down one by one. So after this, it will come one by one. Yes, just now we talk about dry bulb temperature. They are showcasing the dry bulb temperature on the x-axis. This is how it exactly looks. Yes, what they are telling, it's exactly correct. It increases from left to right from 0 to 55 degrees Celsius. Yes, please note down the separate chart. This chart has to be written on your book. Now I will showcase the notes, where in the notes it is visible how we have written the dry bulb temperature. Check it out. Now I will explain one by one the chart analysis. In the chart analysis, dry bulb temperature I have explained separately. See, you can observe like this way dry bulb temperature been written. Please write down in your notes or write down in the book this dry bulb temperature, how it looks. So exactly this is how the dry bulb temperature lines are identified in the chart. So that is what I have shown in the video. You can observe in the video, this is the dry bulb temperature lines. Now, when the psychrometry chart is given to you, if anyone asked you to find out the psychrometry, the dry bulb temperature line, this is how you identify and showcase the dry bulb temperature lines. So where are the dry bulb temperature lines? 30-degree line, 35-degree Celsius line, 40-degree line, 45-degree Celsius line. In some books, it ends up 45-degree Celsius. In some books, it goes up to 50-55-degree Celsius. No problem at all. This is dry bulb temperature line. Very important. Write down this chart separately for dry bulb temperature. Mentioning the dry bulb temperature. You have to write down. You can check it out in the notes. I have written the dry bulb temperature. Figure shows the dry bulb temperature lines. The lines are vertical and parallel to y-axis. You can see these lines are parallel to y-axis. The values of dBT also shown on saturation curve as shown in the figure. So very important. The values we get it horizontal, but that dry bulb temperature line is vertical, and that vertical line is parallel to y-axis. That is what the statement says. Write down this chart separately. You know, we measure a wet bulb temperature by wrapping a wet cloth on the thermometer, or it is been surrounded with a wetted cloth or wetted cotton. So that is what they are telling how we measure wet bulb temperature. So write down in the notes or write down in the book. A second parameter how to identify the psychrometer chart is wet bulb temperature. Yes, is this visible for you people in the psychrometry chart? Is this wet bulb temperature visible for you in the psychrometry chart?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes. So these are the wet bulb temperature curves. You can see in the notes I have given for wet bulb temperature. Observe here. Yes. So wet bulb temperature lines are inclined straight lines as shown in the figure. At any point of saturation curve, dBT and WBT are equal. Very important. You have to observe one thing here. So what is that observation? See, this is a 0 degree Celsius dBT that extends a vertical line and intersect the saturation curve. Notice it also cuts the saturation curve. Now at the point of intersection, this 0 degree Celsius, at the point of intersection, there is one inclined line goes off. Not only for 0 degree Celsius, the same procedure is followed for the 5 degree Celsius. Yes, for 5 degree Celsius, it is extended up to saturation curve. There it get intersect. From there, one inclined line comes off. Same for 10 degree Celsius, same for 15 degree Celsius. Not for 20, not for 25, because the saturation curve will not come for 35, 40, 45 degree Celsius. It's end up only for 15 degree Celsius. Why only 15 degree Celsius wet bulb temperature is given? Why not above 15 degree Celsius? Why not above means wet bulb temperature always the temperature is low than the dry bulb temperature or than the atmospheric temperature, as it is low because we are calculating the temperature of the wet content. So it will be lower than 15 or 20 degrees Celsius. So it doesn't extend above the 20 degrees Celsius. That's why it is very important to know above 15 degrees Celsius or 20 degrees Celsius, there is no wet bulb temperature in chart. So that's why 0 to 0, it intersects in the saturation curve where we get an inclined line. 5, it inclines and intersect the saturation curve, we get an inclined line. 10, it is calculated same way. So these curves are wet bulb temperature curves. Write down this separately in the book. Idun barkoli chart na barkoli, please write down this wet bulb temperature, how we identify the chart. Please mention the third property which can be identified in the chart is specific humidity. Third property is specific humidity. Barkole. Third property what is to be identified in the chart is specific humidity. This is about the humidity ratio line. We can call that humidity ratio by other name called absolute humidity or by other name called specific humidity. As per Indian standard, we call it as a specific humidity that always comes on vertical axis, y axis we call. The values what is visible in the video 0.00, 0.0015, 0.0030. So up to here in your book also the psychrometry chart is present. Please, this is how we note down or identify the humidity ratio or specific humidity line in the psychrometry chart. Note down this diagram for your reference. Write down this please. This is a third property which can be identified over the chart is that wet bulb temperature. Sorry, not wet bulb temperature, it is a specific humidity. So you can write down this specific humidity line like this way. You can observe here the specific humidity is a lines are horizontal and parallel to x-axis as shown in the figure. In your book, it ends up in 0.020. ನಿಮ್ಮ book ಅಲ್ಲಿ 0.020 end ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. In some of the book, it ends up at 0.030. This is a third psychrometry property that can be identified in the psychrometry chart. Yes, already we have discussed relative humidity is nothing but amount of water vapor to the amount of saturated vapor. Andre, the amount of air or vapor in the form of percentage in the atmospheric air is called relative humidity. Always we write it phi is equal to PV by PVS. So this PV by PVS can be identified, or this relative humidity can be identified in the psychrometry chart. Yes, let us look how it looks like in a chart. Is it can be identified or is it visible in your chart?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, this curves are called relative humidity curve. That is the amount of vapor present in the atmospheric air in terms of percentage. So please note it down, write down in your book this one. This is the very easy parameter or easiest the line or a curve which can be identified in a psychrometry chart. Even that is shown in your notes. Check out the notes where relative humidity is 5. Lines are curved and follows the saturation curve as shown in the figure. Generally, these lines are drawn with the values 10%, 20%, 30%, and up to 100%. So this is how the relative humidity curves are identified from your chart. Please note down and write down this in your notes. Yes, dew point temperature. You know, dew point temperature is the temperature where the phase change occurs from the water vapor to the dew drops. So at that temperature, the temperature will be less than the dry bulb temperature and even to the bulb temperature. So how this fourth dew point temperature is identified from your chart? Let us see it. So you know the definition of saturated air, the ability of the air to absorb the water vapor when it becomes full, then that is called saturated air. That is what they have explained now. Just now they have explained. Observe here, the air what we have, it is completely absorbed, that is completely filled with water vapor. Then that temperature or then that point we call it as a saturation point. Yes, sir. Now we cannot find the dew point temperature line separately in your chart. We have to calculate it, or we have to find it. How we can find out the dew point temperature? It's very easy. So now you know about the dry bulb temperature and specific humidity in the y-axis and x-axis. Now, once you know the values of both x-axis, y-axis, that is specific humidity and dry bulb temperature, both have to be extended. Extended dry bulb temperature towards top, specific humidity towards left, so that at one point of time both get intersect. So this water bubble, what you can observe is the intersection point of dry bulb temperature and the specific humidity. Now this intersection point, if I extend it up to the saturation curve, can you see? If this intersection point is extended up to the saturation curve, if I get intersection point over here, I have to extend it up to the saturation curve over here. Similar way, I got the intersection point over here, so this point has to be extended up to the saturation curve over here, which represents before 20 there is one more line, that is 19 degree. So the dew point temperature is 19 degrees Celsius. So like this way we find out the dew point temperature from the chart. So this is how we find out the dew point temperature from the chart. Please make it note in your book. Once we know the value of dry bulb temperature, once we know the value of specific humidity, with the help of these two properties, we extend it in the chart to give an intersection point. This intersection point is extended further up to saturation curve straightly to give you the value. That value will be dew point temperature. Please note down and write down this diagram. Hope you have written. Let's go for a notes and check out the dew point temperature. Observe. So in the notes, the one more way I have written, the dew point temperature not only identified in that way, it can also be identified in another way. How it is identified? Simple. You know the specific humidity curve, a specific humidity line 0.002, 0.004, 0.0026, at ends up 0.0026. Now this 0.004 or 0.006, the line is taken and extended up to the saturation curve. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು saturation curve ವರೆಗೂ extend ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Now you can observe at that point of extension of saturation, specific humidity to the saturation curve, there is one straight line coming down. ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, straight line coming down. So that is also called dew point temperature. In this way we can write down the dew point temperature in the two ways. In the first way, what it is shown in the video, and one more way, what it is shown in the notes. Both are even easy. If dry bulb temperature is not given, we will adopt the value which is present, or how we take it out from the notes. If dry bulb temperature is given, specific humidity is known, then we will adopt the value we extract from the video. So that is also correct, and even this is also correct. But easiest thing we can suggest you to adopt is this, where the specific humidity line which is extending up to the saturation curve, that saturation curve get intersection point, and that intersection point there is a one straight line coming down. That straight line coming down will mention you the temperature which is already a dry bulb temperature, but we don't take it dry bulb temperature because it is coming down from the specific humidity, and what temperature it measures, or what temperature it shows, that temperature is called the dew point temperature. Even please note down this one more type of way to calculate a DPT. Yes, sir. The specific volume which we have discussed in the parameters or properties earlier itself. So where it is the amount of volume of air present, dry air present in the atmospheric air. So the unit will be meter cube per kg or meter cube per gram. Both are correct. So how it should be identified from the chart? that let us see it here. Not only the specific volume, we can also identify the enthalpy with the same procedure. So write down the sixth property as specific volume or enthalpy. So the two parameters we can take it down from the chart, it's specific volume or enthalpy. Write down the sixth parameter in the notes, specific volume or enthalpy. Is it visible for you people in the chart? Like this extended line over the saturation curve, which comes in 80 kilojoule per kg, 35 kilojoule per kg, 45 kilojoule. In your book, it will be kilojoule per kg, not in joule per gram. Is it visible? So I will show it in the notes. You get it identified as it looks like in the book. Enthalpy. Can you see this enthalpy in your chart?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. This line 40 kilojoule per kg, 45 kilojoule per kg, 50, 55 kilojoule per kg. If I extend it up to the inside the chart, it will be a enthalpy lines. Now you can observe the enthalpy lines is always parallel to the wet bulb temperature lines. Where we have explained wet bulb temperature at the beginning itself, this was the wet bulb temperature. So this wet bulb temperature line is parallel to the enthalpy line. Now, is this can be easily differentiated? Let us check it out here. So there is uh, enthalpy line which you can see it in here, 42 kilojoule per kg, 57 kilojoule per kg, 75 kilojoule per kg, 98 kilojoule per kg. These are the enthalpy lines which is present here. So like this way we identify the enthalpy curves. So write down this enthalpy curve. So enthalpy are the lines inclined, straight line and parallel to the wet bulb temperature lines. Just now what I told, the enthalpy lines are extended up to saturation curve and indicated on scale above the saturation curve. So it's always enthalpy lines are always indicated above the saturation curve. Write down this enthalpy. Yes, these are the lines which indicates the specific volume. So 0.8, 0.85, 0.9. So in your chart you can observe the dark line which is like this way present and indicating meter cube per kg, 0.85, 0.90, 0.95. So these are the specific volume lines. Yes. So before drawing the complete psychrometry chart, let us go with the specific volume where you can see, yes, this is a specific volume lines. Lines are obliquely inclined straight lines drawn up to the saturation curve as shown in the figure. Can you identify the psychrometry, the specific volume lines in the psychrometry chart? ಸಿಗುತ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನೋಡಿ 0.775, 0.85, 0.875 meter cube kg. All these lines are called specific volume lines. Please check it out in your book. If it is identified, please let me know. Now, how to write all these properties together and to form a psychrometry chart. ನಾವು ಈ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಒಂದೇ ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರೆದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಸೈಕ್ರೋಮೆಟ್ರಿ ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ನ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ವಿಚ್ ಶೋಸ್ ಯು forming the psychrometry chart, taking all the properties into consideration. So you can draw it yourself also, so that you will get satisfied that I have identified all the line and I have drawn the complete psychrometry chart. You can do it yourself also. Yes, first draw this dry bulb temperature on the chart. Not exactly to the scale, at least for your reference, for your understanding purpose, you draw it on the book. This dry bulb temperature. Complete representation of psychrometry chart using all the properties. This is the first dry bulb temperature of you represent. Yes, now draw the wet bulb line. Now wet bulb temperature line, usually in this video what I have shown is also correct, but for your reference, what I told you now, from the dry bulb temperature, you draw the inclined line that is intersecting from saturation curve like this way. So 30 degrees Celsius, I take it, it inclines, it intersects the saturation curve over here, and from here you draw one inclined line that represents wet bulb temperature. So this is how you represent wet bulb temperature. Next. Yes, humidity ratio is nothing but specific humidity. Now from the values of the y-axis, you draw a straight line over there. So this will be the humidity ratio or specific humidity. Yes, to differentiate for yourself, there are many number of curves coming over here. What you do, use thin line, thick line, dark line, blue color pen, red color pen, so black color pen. Like this way, you write it in different pens so that it is identified for you people very easily. So next, what the curve which is written in the psychrometry chart is a relative humidity, that is 10%, 20%, 30%. So you have to end up the curve for 90% or 80% over here. The next curve itself, it should show 100%, that is saturation line itself is a 100% relative humidity. Yes, you draw some lines which is extended after the saturation curve, that is parallel to the wet bulb temperature, that is called enthalpy lines. And even draw the specific volume lines. What you can see, a light color line which is going over here, specific volume line. So writing down, mention some values, 0.775, 0.85, 0.90, 0.95. Now until now we have given an introduction to psychrometry chart. Once after understanding the psychrometry chart, next let us go for psychrometry process. 1 minute. Yes. So once after identifying these different lines and curves in the psychrometry chart, after assembling, let's go for psychrometry process. Yes, very important. They ask this for 4 marks. Identify and represent the psychrometry process in the psychrometry chart. So please write down this chart which is can be seen in the screen ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾರಂತ notes ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ process ನ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇದನ್ನ explain ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ one by one. I'll explain you. There is a small derivation for this each and every process that we will explain you later. So please note down the different types of process available in the psychrometry that is represented on the psychrometry chart. This is how it